It was so nice. Fortnite is about to do it twice. The rocket launch event happened for the second time and leaves us with a red rift crack above the island. And some strange things are already happening. Thanks to the Raging Reaper, we have this rift encounter here that is starting to form. That today, I believe, will take away that sign. And more will start to happen. Yes, Fortnite is being a little suspicious here. Because after this, they started tweeting, again from the Raging Reaper, Fortnite is going crazy about the red rift right now. They tweeted this to the initial message of the event. Butterfly, rocket, circle, which I presume is a portal, question mark, exclamation mark. And they started tweeting at accounts. A red rift has appeared above the island after the rocket launch event. And Fortnite says, who put that there? Who? What? Okay. Resdro, a red rift is beginning to form at Lonely Lodge. Painted the town red for real. Like someone's painted the town red? Okay. Red rift or blue rift? Which one do you prefer? Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. But Fortnite has one better odds. As I said at the start of the video, it was so nice they're going to do it twice. August 2nd, we are getting another live event. But by the looks of it, Pistol Canary is expected to be added on July 29th with version 3630. And it's all going to go down at Demon's Domain, because here's a teaser that Fortnite dropped themselves. Superman returns to help save the island August 2nd in this season's Super Showdown story event. So, Super Showdown? We got a Showdown event? Okay. A Showdown event, you know, the final Showdown. This is the Super Showdown. Okie dokie, well, that insinuates that, of course, Superman returns. Just realised what they did there. Superman returns to obviously fight the Kraken, so we're probably just going to be bystanders, kind of similar to what happened in the final Showdown with the Devourer and the mech. So we're obviously going to see Superman try and beat the Kraken. But yeah, is there any sound to this? No. But the Kraken is real. Oh my god, after all these years of speculation, of my screen shaking, we are finally getting a Kraken. Is that like underneath the island with all like the Kintsugi cracks? There's a bit of pink. Can we like confirm or deny that this is the portal underneath Demon's Domain? Holy moly. Oh, here we go with a nice glitch effect that Fortnite likes to do. Obviously, I have been mentioning that a few times because it's kind of interesting that every time there's like some odd thing going on or some effect. Let me just get up a few scenarios for you. Because I am going to say, I think there is something behind every time you see that TV effect. And someone did say something in response to this, which I actually find kind of semi-interesting. Okay, so there's a couple incidences of this. When a cube gets depowered. It's RGB lights. During invasion. Which, crazy the fact we're getting another invasion type season next season. There's this breakdown. What throws the foundation into reality NF1935, so there might be something to that. But these cube-like distortion turns into like hexagons, which I've always found interesting. It happens during the device event as well.
Seems to be affecting the game now.
If you know, Try It Knocks, every time he opens his chest, he has this static effect.
And visible static sound.
Which has this white lightning, which you kind of see at the device event. That's why I add this. So, I don't know what is happening here. Obviously, Fortnite has hinted or teased a lot through TVs. If you look close at Try It Knocks' set, we have this odd thing here, where it looks like the TV is also being affected. This is called screen density illusion. So, any screen you look at, the closer you get to it, your brain here makes up the fact that it looks like a complete clear image. Obviously a screen is made up of loads of little lights and there's actually very much dark space in between them, but your mind makes it up. Screen density illusion. But anyway, the fabric of a TV would only have red, blue and green, and every other color is made up of that. But someone said something in relation to this on one of my videos, and they said that the cosmic microwave background is a leftover radiation from the Big Bang or for time when the universe began. As the theory goes, when the universe was born, it went under rapid inflation, expansion, and cooling. Given the fact Big Bangs are kind of important to the Fortnite storyline, there might be something in that. So that's pretty cool. And that's what I'm saying about this glitch. Obviously, someone seems to be panicking to film this, so it could just be the camera being glitched. But they do this so often that it's to a point that it seems mildly deliberate. You know what I mean? Okay, here's the full event trailer. Okay, so it's going down at Demon's Domain. There seems to be like this rift appearing over this tentacle. More on that later, I suppose. Everything's going crazy. Everything's going crazy. Lightning. Demon's Domain getting destroyed, which makes a lot of sense. Because I was like, if an event ever goes down at this place with the portal being underneath the POI and that's a bit messy, do for an event, I'm like, something needs to happen to this to get rid of it so something can come through the portal. It seems almost deliberate setup for that. And then as we can see the tentacle. And obviously this glitch effect again. And then Fortnite Super Showdown. August 2nd, doors open at 2 PM Eastern. Event starts at 2:30 Eastern. We've got another event, guys. But the Kraken is real. And obviously we had the tentacle. Of course, we got the spray play a few days ago, which showed very concerningly now. Obviously, there's a bit more of a clear image showing the tentacle grabbing a spray can, which is obviously synonymous with hope. And some people, and me, led to the conclusion that maybe something is controlling hope. But obviously, as we see now, maybe the tentacle and this Kraken-like thing will get the job done with hope and try to kill her, which obviously hasn't gone so well before for other people trying to kill hope. So there's that. But obviously, this was a giant hint to what was coming. And actually, a quick turnaround for Fortnite to drop this in the game, and a pretty decent turnaround. So there is that. There seems to be a tendril of energy coming out of somewhere where the energy seems to have a collected amalgamation in this area here. Seems to be a bit more of a glow. Also, as we know what's happening in Chapter OG at the moment, I have noticed there is this similar sort of red sort of oscillating energy force around it, which kind of looks like the rift that is starting to occur in OG. Look at this. It seems this obviously this purple energy, but at the same time there appears to be this like red sort of almost thunderstorm, almost storm-esque, almost, yeah. There seems to be this like red storm bubbling around the energy. Clearly Asnet. Clearly see it here. Which I guess you can see the red here again. I presume if that's the beginning of the beam we see, where we see at the start of the season where Superman is flying in space and we see the beam come up, essentially. And then we got our first look at a dark, well, actually, and that's something we have to surmise. Is this the dark presence? Or is this another one of his puppets? But if you look at the spray, obviously the spray grabbing sorry, if you look at the spray, where the spray is the tentacle holding the spray can, I would argue that this is the dark presence. A few weeks ago, I was surmising that if you look at this sort of portal at the right angle, the spires behind kind of look like an eye, which is interesting to what we now know with the Kraken-like thing. We're going to call it the Kraken, having quite a few number of eyes on itself. If that's only its tentacle and it's got eyes on its tentacle, it's obviously going to have eyes on its main character. Obviously, we have seen a lot of eye symbols in Demon's Domain, like this one here, this one here, this one here. And then we had like a Chimera-like thing, obviously with eyes here. I think that's probably how the middle of its main body would look like. Eye at the top and two eyes here. Which is also replicated on Shogun X. So you've got the three eyes here. But around here, you've got an eye top, an eye to the side, and then it goes down. So I'm going to say this thing we saw here is probably what it's going to look like from its face. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. Possibly this. That looks like a head with like horns, if you count this as its design. So I guess this Kraken thing could be the dark presence from what we've seen and what we understand about the symbols. Now, we always believed whoever that was behind everything that's going on. So, who or what is this Kraken? Of course, there's always definitely been something with these paper charms, so maybe the Dark Presence, or some entity put these charms on Shogun X to make him attack, make him defend. And so he's literally a puppet to the Dark Presence, some form of a spell, as some form of a curse. But I'm excited to see what happens to the Super Showdown August 2nd, and to truly find out what this Kraken is. Is it the Dark Presence? Will the supernovas be successful? How much is this connected to Chapter OG? There's so much possibilities what could happen. But guys, comment down below what you make of this. Hit the like button. And until next time, thank you for watching. It's been your boy, Mr. White. Next time, bye-bye.